empty set with Daniels in motion. 3rd and 3.
The area of concern is the right guard.
And incomplete to the outside of Ross as Marlon Humphrey had coverage.
Where Washington has had problems with big physical defensive linemen is at the right guard position, and that's exactly where Dalvin Tomlinson beat his man. Right here, working on a true freshman, Nick Harris. Tomlinson, a powerful man, just throws him out of the way, and Jake Browning not enough time to make an accurate throw.
Tristan Vizcaino on to punt away. Trayvon Diggs has been the primary return man since the injury to Eddie Jackson.
They came after that first one.
And it takes a heck of a Washington bounce. Look at this. All the way inside the 20. A 64-yard punt by Vizcaino to open up the game. Just 18 years old is the sensational freshman Jalen Hurts, coming off his SEC championship, the SEC's Offensive Player of the Year. You go back to Herschel Walker to find a freshman who did that. And only one other man has won the national championship as a freshman. That was Oklahoma's Jamel Holloway back in 1985.
Tremendous poise and maturity. You see it in his eyes the entire football game. Nothing rattles this young guy.
Play action to open up the game. Downfield and nearly intercepted by the All-American Budda Baker.
Wow, well played by Budda Baker. He read the quarterback and dropped underneath O.J. Howard. At first it looked like he was covering the flat receiver, and Budda Baker, the playmaker of this defense, watch him fake up and then get underneath the crossing route and almost get the 20th interception for this Husky defense. Lead the nation in forcing turnovers.
The flag comes in. It looks like Jonah Williams may have moved.
Full start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Joe, for the last few weeks, you and I have both been in agreement. We think the Washington defense is good enough, salty enough, physical enough to hold their team in this ball game. It's a matter of whether their offense can score enough. But this is a very talented defense, particularly the back end of the Husky defense.
2nd and 15 after the penalty. Here's Damian Harris, and he picks up maybe 3 yards. The Chick-fil-A impact players with this side of the matchup. And Alabama's left tackle, Cam Robinson, he's going to be a top NFL draft pick. Calvin Ridley had 66 catches this season. Elijah Qualls is one of the 300-pounders up front, and you just saw how good Budda Baker is in coverage, and he'll be aggressive up towards the line as well. There is Elijah Qualls. He is built like a big box at 6'1", 321. 3rd and 11 now for Bama.
They weren't ready for the play.
And Hurts looks like he has nowhere to go, and he is taken down by JoJo McIntosh.
Real miscommunication. Some of the wide receivers were looking to the sideline for a play call, and the ball was snapped. And Jalen Hurts looked surprised by the snap and ended up losing yardage on the play. They're looking to the sideline. The ball is snapped by the center, Bradley Bozeman, and a negative yardage play on 3rd down for Alabama. We talked about the crowd affecting Washington. In this end of the stadium, it's a Washington crowd, and it affected Alabama.
2nd-team All-American punter J.K. Scott from his goal line, as Dante Pettis, good return man, is back. As he fields it harmlessly at about the 38, a 46-yard punt by Scott. You know all about that Bama defense mark this year. Most wins they've had since '91. That's when they won the title. Offense was in gear. 44.5 points per game. 4th best in the country. and their first outright Pac-12 title since '92. Both teams' offenses 3 and outs. We felt that the defenses would be primed for this matchup. We'll see if it stays that course as Washington out there again. Levon Coleman the back. Browning.
Take yardage any way you can get it. 24 yards in the exchange of punts.
Here's Ross again as he ducks down at the 40-yard line. Washington has been able to get off to good starts this year.
Second down in this distance. Run or screen down for Washington. Got to try to maintain balance.
Browning on 2nd and 6. That was well overthrown. Ronnie Harrison tried to go up for it. He was looking for Dante Pettis.
Well, it's lucky for Jake Browning that he threw it so high because it was way behind Pettis and right in line for an interception for Ronnie Harrison. Again, this defense, so opportunistic, so many playmakers on this defense. That's why they score so many touchdowns. They got lots of guys that are good when the ball's in their hand.
Like that guy, 22, Ryan Anderson, and Reuben Foster, the unanimous first-team All-America. Tim Williams has 8.5 sacks. He's got that hand in the ground ready to come off the edge. 3rd and 6. Browning's got to step up, tough, runs for the first down, and slides down past midfield.
Great decision. This is something you have to do. Jake Browning is not necessarily known as a running quarterback, but watch the middle open up. Because Alabama plays so much man coverage, those DBs turn and run with receivers. You see a seam, take the seam, and get the first down. If Jake Browning can do that 2 or 3 times in this ball game, it'll really give the Alabama defense something else to think about.
So 13 yards on 3rd and 6. Play action, pressure. They go back to Gaskin. A lot of room in front. And Gaskin wiggles his way past Reuben Foster for another Washington first down.
Well, they really fooled Jonathan Allen, the All-American defensive tackle for Alabama. Watch number 93 chase the play. He doesn't stay at home. He gets fooled on the throwback screen. And then Gaskin gets a couple guys out in front blocking. And a great play call on first down by Jonathan Smith, the offensive coordinator.
There's that pre-snap window dressing that Peterson's staff has always been accustomed to. Levon Coleman can barely get back to the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Allen was right there.
Again, you have to run the football. You cannot just drop back and throw 3/4 of the time against this team. They're too good if they get you one-dimensional. And you have to live with short gains and hope that later you might pop some runs for 5, 6, 7 yards.
Second down pass is complete inside the 20-yard line to Ross. It'll be 3rd and short.
Ross does a nice job of getting inside. Watch him set up the cornerback and get inside Anthony Averett with that quickness and a nice ball thrown on time and accurately by Jake Browning.
We talk about Ross as a deep threat, but in the red zone, he is very productive.
Take a look at that. 12 touchdowns in the red zone on 19 receptions.
3rd and 1 here. Good looking drive being pieced together by Washington. Coleman patiently looked for something and earned a Huskies first down.
The strength of the Husky offensive line is their left side. We mentioned they've had some problems at right guard. Their left guard, Jake Eldrenkamp, and their left tackle, Trey Adams, both all Pac-12 performers, as well as their center, Coleman Shelton. So when they need to run the football, that's the side they're going to favor. Nick Harris, we mentioned this true freshman starting at right guard. He was a lightly recruited guy. He's undersized at 6'1", 270. He's very athletic, but he's going to have his hands full tonight.
Rounding to pass on first down. To the end zone he goes. Into the hands of Dante Pettis. Huskies strike first.
I mentioned at the top of the show, Joe, I don't think, as good as this Alabama defense has been, they are as strong in the back end, particularly at corners, as they've been in the past. That time, Dante Pettis, a great stutter step and move, really froze the corner.
As Cameron Van Winkle adds the extra point. An 8-play drive.
Watch this
by Browning.
Single coverage as Pettis comes in motion. A little stutter step. The corner bites, and he beats him to the end zone on a perfect throw over the outside shoulder by Jake Browning, and the Huskies strike first.
Look, anyone who thinks you got to make a truck heavier to make it stronger has been working too long without a hard hat. Meet the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty. They cut weight with a high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy body and reinvested a big chunk of it to beef up the high-strength steel frame, forging the most capable heavy-duty pickup in America. Time to punch work in the face. This is the next level. This is the all-new Ford Super Duty.
Heineken has been family-owned since 1873. They know about family tradition. My favorite family tradition? Exchanging gifts. It allows me to showcase my range as an actor. What could this be? You shouldn't have. I love it. I actually bought these myself. Family-owned since 1873. There's more behind the star.
I'm my team's #1 fan. Yay, sports. I've never been #1 at anything until I put these babies on. Now we're on a winning streak, and I have never taken them off. Do I know where I'm going? Absolutely. We're going through the playoffs.
Allstate guarantees your rates won't go up just because of an accident, starting the day you sign up.
So get accident forgiveness from Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
It's good to be in good hands.
What do I sell? I sell glorious pandemonium, instant immortality, mastery over time and space, and the occasional nightmare. What I sell is life and death itself. The real question is, what are you looking for? You won't believe what's in store.
PlayStation.
The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. Ford, we go further so you can. Allstate, proud supporters of college football. It's good to be in good hands. And PlayStation View, it's time for better TV.
You can see both teams had a lot of fun this week with all the activities. Washington took home the Battle of Bowl Week belt, but I love seeing that video of the boys at the local Atlanta Children's Hospitals. Is thrilled you're with us for the college football playoff at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Joe Tessitore, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe here as the Huskies have a touchdown lead.
Nice misdirection on a couple plays in that drive. Remember, it started on their own 36-yard line after starting on the 12, their first one.
Darius Stewart from the 2-yard line. And coverage unit able to find him at about the 20. So how will Jalen Hurts now respond? Always calm and cool. The youngin' when we return.
Only AT&T offers you all your live channels and DVR on your devices data-free. It's entertainment your way.
It isn't always easy to know where you stand financially. Multiple accounts, investments, insurance. It can leave you wondering how it all fits together. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you see your whole picture, find out what you truly want, and then together we design a plan to go get it. There's a confidence that comes in knowing what financial security is and doing what it takes to achieve it. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
Going to business school, I took out a very big student loan. It was the first time that I actually felt a sense of fear. It was stressful. Then my friend told me about SoFi. I lowered my interest rate by 40%, which will save me over $25,000. Now I go to SoFi's member events, and I met some really inspiring people. Refinancing my loan with SoFi was probably one of the smartest things I've ever done.
Save thousands by consolidating your student loans. Get your rate in less than 2 minutes. Visit trysofi.com.
Loving my new Fabletics leggings. Hashtag Baba bangin'. No. Hashtag 4-way stretch. Compression obsession. Prints on prints on prints. No. Hashtag what is moisture wicking? Hashtag best leggings ever.
Get your first outfit for just $10. Only at Fabletics.com.
Perhaps you remember those curious starts against Ole Miss and Florida. This is just the third time that Saban and the Tide had trailed 7-0 in a first quarter this season. Well, they got a good one in the 18-year-old Hurts. 34 touchdowns responsible for this year. Damian Harris going to test that right side, maybe 2 yards, as Kevin King came up for the tackle.
The last few weeks, Alabama's, or the last few games, I should say, their strategy with their run game, they play 3 different running backs. And they try to run to the perimeter and run wide early in the game in the end zone. Great response drive by the Tide.
Another dose of Bo Scarbrough at nearly 230 pounds.
Both of these defenses suffered 2 critical injuries. For Washington, it was their best pass rusher, Joe Mathis, and their leading tackler, inside linebacker, Azim Victor, both out of the game today.
3rd and 2. Scarbrough. Muscle man down to the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama.
Two plays on this drive. Garrett Dieter, the wide receiver, with an outstanding block. This time on the touchdown for Scarbrough. Looks a little bit like the guy that wore number 2 in the Alabama jersey last year with that kind of run. Was his knee down before the ball crossed the plane? Doesn't look like it from that angle. Tremendous individual effort. What a response, huh?
Excellent response by the Tide. Tied up in the college football playoff national semifinal. Up-tempo and a whole lot of power. The freshman quarterback, determined, and leg drive. And then the big super soft. Did look a little bit like Derrick Henry there, didn't he, folks? Tied up in Atlanta.
You might not ever just stand there. looking at it. I mean, you may never even sit in the back seat. That'd be a shame.
How do you change the world? It starts with a single step. You don't have to know what the destination looks like. You just have to have the courage to take the first step. Be boundless for Washington, for the world.
College football playoff at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. As aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, watching over the hard work and determination of limp-worthy athletes for over 60 years. Goodyear, official sponsor of the college football playoff. You see the new digs next door that'll open up next football season. This is the last college football game here at the Georgia Dome. All the great ones through the years.
You know, I think John Ross on the opening kickoff, as much as he loves returning them, I thought he made a bad decision. I mean, these are starters and five-star recruits running down on kickoff for Alabama. That first possession started at the 12. If it's in the end zone, he should leave it there.
Well, he's taking it out. And once again, all that talent getting to him. Well, explaining Bama's greatness, it begins and ends, of course, with defense. Jonathan Allen.
Adjustment with their protection to help Nick Harris. Now watch right here. This was the first drive on a 3rd down and 3 play. He's one-on-one against Dalvin Tomlinson. He gets whipped. It's incomplete. On the touchdown play later, watch. Instead of the center helping left, he's going to help right this time and be there in position to help. Browning plenty of time, and the beautiful throw for the touchdown. Nice little adjustment up front by Washington, helping the freshman right guard.
Here's Ross now as he gets past the first man. Ball is on the ground, and it is picked up by Jonathan Allen, seemingly always around the pigskin.
John Ross did a great job of eluding the first man. And then he looks like he's trying to cover it up, but the ball is ripped out. I don't know if that's Minka Fitzpatrick that rips it out. I think it is Anthony Averett that rips it out. And Alabama in this opportunistic defense gets the ball in plus territory. And when that happens, they are dangerous. In the regular season, 18 offensive possessions Alabama has had in plus territory. 11 of those they have scored touchdowns on. That is an extremely high percentage of touchdowns when they take over the ball in their opponent's territory.
So served up at the plus 40 as they stack the receivers to the top of your screen, and Hurts will pass out of it. Here's Ridley now on the sideline. 6-yard reception for Calvin Ridley.
Alabama, 61% of the time they score touchdowns. By comparison, the NFL average only 34%.
Good job by the offensive line and the extra effort from Damian Harris. 6 yards and a tied first down.
Again, running left behind their All-American tackle, Cam Robinson. Ross Pershbaker, the left guard. That's the strong side of their offensive line as well.
Robinson, see big number 74, unanimous first team All-American, the Outland Trophy winner. pitch to Harris. He was met at the 25-yard line, 4-yard run. Kevin King coming up.
Ardarius Stewart got away with a hold on that play. He was blocking on the edge against Psalm Wuching. Wuching thought he got held. Ardarius Stewart, a very physical presence on the perimeter as a blocker or a receiver.
Hurts is going to run it himself. Harris, lead blocker. And the freshman quarterback puts down his shoulder. It'll leave a yard to go here. 3rd and 1 coming up for Alabama.
Not the flashiest runner, but he's carried the ball coming into this game 32 more times than the leading rusher. Damian Harris had more yards, but Jalen Hurts had 30 more carries. That's movement in the backfield.
He was leaning forward, anticipating the snap, Damian Harris.
False start. Offense. Number 11. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Now they're going to get Dieter as well.
That's a critical penalty, moving from 3rd and less than 1 to 3rd down and 6 now. Lane Kiffin changing the play at the line of scrimmage. They might need to call a timeout, though.
Play clock down to 2. As Kiffin, the offensive coordinator in his 3rd year at Alabama, soon to leave to become the head coach at Florida Atlantic.
30-second timeout.
Now this is just the start to a spectacular day. Coming up later, the 2nd game of the college football playoff semifinals. Ohio State in Clemson, the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. Be right here at 7 o'clock on ESPN. The battle of the quarterbacks, J.T. Barrett and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, those two teams go as those two guys go. Deshaun a little bit more accomplished as a passer. J.T. Barrett, big-time runner.
Just right.
It's good to be in good hands.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I'll have that goat cheese garden salad.
That gentleman got the last one.
Sir? You give me that salad and I will pay for your movie and 1 snack box.
Can I keep the walnuts?
Sold, but I get to pick your movie.
Can I pick the genre?
Yes, but it has to be comedy. A little cash back on the side.
With the Blue Cash Everyday Card from American Express, you get cash back on purchases with no annual fee.
Go.
It's more than cash back. It's backed by the service and security of American Express.
Everyone say that I am too young to do my own thing, but I know they're wrong. You see, Mama not worried and Papa never did. I'm just a little bitty girl like a whole lot of kids doing my own thing. Check me out.
Find your perfect car, or the perfect car for her. Auto Trader, the only car search engine driven by you.
We needed to hire someone, but it was really tough finding people that had the right experience.
I was spending half my day just reading resumes.
To hire great people, go to ZipRecruiter.com and post to over 100 of the web's leading job boards with 1 click. Then, easily select the best candidates from one list.
I'm seeing a lot more candidates with the right experience.
We have gotten consistently better results from ZipRecruiter than anywhere else.
Over 1 million businesses have already used ZipRecruiter. Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/ball.
Go back to the 3rd down run play. This play is designed to go out here. But Ardarius Stewart, he's going to cut it back, and there's no room when he cuts it back. Now, the problem I have with this play, it was well conceived and well designed. I didn't like the personnel grouping. If he's a true running back, he's going to see that hole and stay outside. Ardarius Stewart was a running back in high school, but a wide receiver at Alabama did not make the right read on that run.
So it leaves him with a field goal attempt from Adam Griffith. who grew up in this area. Back in high school, had a big moment winning a state title game kicking in this Georgia Dome. 41-yard attempt.
Brown read it, got off the block of the freshman wide receiver Aaron Fuller, and made the negative yardage play. That was just Tony Brown being a better player than Aaron Fuller on that one.
7-yard loss, and this is exactly the spot you said Washington has to avoid. Watch out for 22 and 56 off the edge here.
They're 2 for 3 on third down, but they've all been under 7 yards.
Conservative play call that Jonathan Allen was right on top of as Gaskin is taken down for a loss of 3.
Yeah, Jonathan Allen read this right away. I mean, he saw this. He was on a little stunt to that side. He's right here. He's going to be running a stunt to this side, and then he read the action of the line and went right to the screen man to make the tackle.
Remember, Vizcaino had a 65-yarder with the bounce earlier, that rugby style.
They're short of man.
Use a field flipper here as they run one on.
He normally goes to his right and tries to kick it between the numbers and the hash on the right side. The second time they've kicked away from that side, and it fooled Diggs again.
Good self-scouting by Washington, and another great bounce by Vizcaino.
The scouting report on Washington punting: move to the right, kick it to the right. 2 punts in the ball game. Both of them have been to the left, and it's fooled the freshman returner Trayvon Diggs.
You better hurry if you want to save on a new Nissan during the Go Rogue year-end event. For a limited time, save up to $10,000. Get to Nissan now for last-minute savings on our full line. Offers end January 3rd. Take on any Galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, only in theaters. Hurry in and save up to $10,000 on select models, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models.
Hey, do we have any more Dr. Pepper?
Was it easy to lead Channel View to the Texas State playoffs for the first time in 22 years? Or setting multiple school records in a single meet for Channel View's powerlifting team? So when they say coaches' sons have it easy, they've never met Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, from Channel View, Texas to the college football playoff.
Jalen's dad, Avarian, and his mom, Pamela, did a superb job of raising their son. We spent time with him the other day. He is filled with humility, gratitude, and maturity. He is a mature young man.
Last year, he was the scout team quarterback for Alabama, representing Deshaun Watson as they prepared for the national championship game.
Scarbrough. Well, he could play a big role today with what we've seen early on here. 7 more.
You know, it's been kind of a perfect storm for Jalen Hurts taking over as the quarterback. With a defense as good as Alabama's has been, they're going to be in every game. You've got the ability to run. You got skill guys around you. As we see Alabama pick up another hard-fought first down. They haven't had to put too much on him through the season. They've been able to allow him to grow and develop as a quarterback. Sometimes with a quarterback who loves to run like Jalen Hurts, it takes a little longer to develop him as a passer. This bowl prep has been good for that.
Here's Scarbrough now on the pitch. And this time the Huskies are able to get to him. Holly.
We were finally able to speak with freshman Jalen Hurts after he's been off limit to the media all year. And I asked him where he got that calm presence and poise from, Todd, that you've noticed so much. He said, you know, when I was a kid, I would sneak into the huddle at my dad's high school. I would just poke my head up under there, under people's arms. He said, I've been in the huddle all my life. It's a place where I feel so comfortable.
Well, you see it in his eyes. I mean, it's so easy to read. And his ability to go to the next play after a mistake, and he hasn't made a ton of them, but when he has, his ability to go to the next play quickly, I think is impressive.
Second and 10. Hurts pressured, able to turn away from Vea. trying to extend this play and then goes out after just a yard.
Pretty good coverage by Washington. Vita Vea, talk about a good-looking young player. 6'5", 332-pound sophomore. The question with him, when he plays with an edge, when he plays with an attitude, he's unblockable. The key is trying to get him to do that play after play.
Here's an opportunity now for the Huskies defense. 3rd and 9. That ball was snagged on the sideline that time by Garrick Dieter.
Garrick Dieter kept 1 foot in, snatched the ball. Remember, this guy was a graduate transfer from Bowling Green. When he was a senior at Bowling Green, he caught 94 passes for over 1,000 yards. Transferred to Alabama to become a more well-rounded player.
Excellent staying at home by Vea there. That was a big catch by Dieter. Garrick Dieter, unique first name. He was named after Lou Gehrig. He has a brother Nolan, as in Nolan Ryan, another brother Thurman,
as in Thurman Munson. Canton, Ohio native.
I think he'd be starring on the grass diamond, not here in the college football playoff. 2nd and 12. Scarbrough met, and he still goes ahead for 4 yards, but it was Greg Gaines the first to get there, and now another 3rd down they'll face.
A big play right here, I think, for the Washington defense. They were able to overcome the turnover and only give up 3 points. Alabama closing in on that 50-yard line again. Big chance right here to force a punt. Got to be aware of Jalen Hurts taking off and running if you're too concerned with coverage.
3rd and 7. Hurts slings it downfield, and that is beyond Dieter this time.
Pressure.
As Buda Baker was there, a little bit of pressure coming after.
Greg Gaines got into the body, and Jalen Hurts not able to make an accurate throw, throwing that ball out of bounds. Greg Gaines, one of 3 defensive linemen for Washington, 320 plus. They're kind of built like squares. They're not tall, but they're athletic guys. Greg Gaines and Elijah Qualls both were running backs in high school, so they're very athletic, big men.
A.K. Scott on to punt again. Example of the big leg that he offers up, skies it inside the 10-yard line where Pettis has the fair catch. Well, the Washington defense did their job. 10-7 Bama.
Enjoy your phone.
You too. All right, be cool. You got the amazing new iPhone 7 on the house by switching to AT&T. What? And you got unlimited data because you have DirecTV? Okay, just a few more steps.
Door!
It's cool.
Get the iPhone 7 on us and unlimited data when you switch to AT&T and have DirecTV.
Hurry if you want to save on a new Nissan during the Go Rogue year-end event. For a limited time, save up to $10,000. Get to Nissan now for last-minute savings on our full line. Offers end January 3rd. Take on any Galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, only in theaters. Hurry in and save up to $10,000 on select models, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models.
Want you to see all of the lights.
Gatorade bars. Never let hunger get in the way of your game.
I had that dream again.
that I was on the Icelandic game show? Everyone knows me for discounts like Safe Driver and paperless billing, but nobody knows the box behind the discount. Oh, it's like my father always told me. Put that down. That's expensive. Of course I save people an average of nearly $600, but who's gonna save me? And that's when I realized I'm allergic to wasabi. Well, I feel better.
It's been 5 minutes.
Talk about progress.
Okay.
The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. AT&T. Get your entertainment and sports your way from AT&T. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy. And Gatorade, the proven sports fuel.
That 91 Washington team, 12-0, beat Michigan in the Rose Bowl. They were awarded the national championship in the Coaches Bowl, coached by the late Don James. We were with Nick Saban yesterday. I said, Nick, you know, Don James was born 84 years ago. Today, the day we're playing this game. That means so much to him.
Yeah, it really did. Well, you know, he was done with the meeting. He was on his way out of the door. And normally, there's no turning around for Nick Saban. And when you made that comment, he turned around, came back in, and talked for a few more minutes about what Don James meant to him.
Hired him at Kent State, got the coaching career going. Convinced him not to go back home and work elsewhere. Browning to pass on first down and gets it complete to Pettis. Holly.
Well, Nick Saban's father passed away unexpectedly when he was coaching for Don James at Kent State. Nick wanted to go home and run his gas station in Dairy Queen, but Don James talked him out of it. Also, his mother said, don't come home, stay with the coaching ranks. So just think where Nick Saban would be today without Don James and his influence to continue coaching.
Pumping gas and selling ice cream. Instead, he's knocking on the door of possibly history, chasing Bear Bryant. 2nd and 3. Browning pressured, steps up, but ripped down by Joshua Frazier. First sack of the game for this Alabama defense.
Yeah, this was a jailbreak for Alabama. Tomlinson's going to come free. First of all, that's going to flush and move Browning off his spot. Again, that's the key. If you can move him off his spot, he's not as comfortable, and you're really not comfortable when a 320-pounder grabs a hold of your neck like Joshua Frazier. 3rd and 7. This is that critical area against this Alabama defense.
Browning on 3rd and 7, too far to the outside of McClatcher.
Really good coverage by Anthony Averett. I mean, he was in single coverage, hard inside technique, man-to-man. Did a nice job of running right with it. Browning 11 for 14 in the game. But 9 of his 11 completions have been for under 10 yards.
Vizcaino's been the guy they've had to rely on here. He's punting again. Remember, a 65-yard punt, 62-yard punt. And now you see the shift from Diggs, as it was played to that right side, but went out of bounds, and it'll be outstanding field position for Alabama. Just a 33-yard punt as we continue on here at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
I didn't know pink and silver looks good on you. That was close.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
It takes hard work, dedication, and hours of practice for a drum line to perfect its routine. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is just as precise, but it only requires a few minutes of your time. Now, you can securely share your financial information with the push of a button, giving you an accurate and custom mortgage solution without missing a beat. Rocket. Quicken Loans, proud supporter of college athletics. Rocket.
Take on any road with intelligent all-wheel drive. The new Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Murano. The new 2017 Nissan Rogue, now starting under $24,000.
When I was first starting out as an engineer, I had to rely on my credit cards. The high interest rates were frustrating. So I looked for a smarter solution. With a personal loan from SoFi, I was able to cut my interest rates by 50%, and I'm saving over $8,000. Now I am back on top of my finances, and it feels really good.
A personal loan from SoFi is the smart way to consolidate debt. Get your rate online in less than 2 minutes. Visit trysofi.com.
Trying to survive winter on summer tires is not smart. Fortunately, there's TireRack.com. Find the right winter tires for your car using TireRack's reviews and test results. Then have them shipped to a trusted installer fast. Be smart this winter. You'll be glad you were. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install smarter.
Aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear, committed to honoring blimp-worthy athletes who demonstrate hard work on and off the field. Goodyear, official sponsor of the college football playoff. Well, if you're like me, you are going to super glue yourself to the couch come Monday. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, Western Michigan and Wisconsin at 1. Then the Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual, USC and Penn State at 5. And the All-State Sugar Bowl, Auburn and Oklahoma. Todd, I cannot wait to see your alma mater against the Trojans out in Pasadena.
Second time Alabama started in plus territory. I would expect them to take a deep shot here.
Hurts. Does he have time to? Pressured and then tripped up. As that was a good surge by Tevis Bartlett.
He was looking for Ridley. And Ridley was covered by the corner, and the safety was helping initially. He's going for number 3. It's play action. Throw it to your best deep threat. And pretty good job in coverage, but the pressure is what got to Hurts, and he was unable to get the throw off.
It's the second time that Alabama has started in Washington territory. Hurts met at the line of scrimmage and taken down by Jalen Johnson.
Well, again, I think what Alabama and SEC fans are seeing that we knew coming in. Washington's defense, people get the impression that Pac-12 is all finesse. This is not a finesse football team. It's a very physical football team, particularly in their defensive front.
And now a chance for this Washington defense to get out of trouble after just a 33-yard punt. And this started at the plus 45. 3rd and 12 for Hurts.
A lot of time.
Searching for options.
Wow, great
throwing
coverage.
it out of bounds. Great coverage downfield. Outstanding job by the Washington defense.
Washington, similar to Alabama, is able to generate pressure with 4 guys. That means they can cover with 7. They've got Ridley under wraps, short of the first down. Dieter, Buda Baker in the area, trading them off to a safety. They got O.J. Howard. It's zone defense on 3rd and long with a 4-man rush.
So now the 6'6" punter from Denver, J.K. Scott, back on there. Second 3 and out for Bama. As J.K. launches this again. And nearly a sensational effort that time by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Browning back out there, down 3 when we come back.
Can I give it to you straight? That airline credit card you have, it could be better. It's time to shake things up. With the Capital One Venture Card, you get double miles on everything you buy, not just airline purchases. Seriously, think of all the things you buy.
Great. Is this why you asked me to coffee?
Well, yeah, but also to catch up. What's in your wallet?
You better hurry if if you want to save on a new Nissan during the Go Rogue year-end event. For a limited time, save up to $10,000. Get to Nissan now for last-minute savings on our full line. Offers end January 3rd. Take on any galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, only in theaters. Hurry in and save up to $10,000 on select models, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models.
Who's ready to tailgate? Yeah! You know, they say the pregame is almost as important as the game. I gotta agree. You guys have your football practice. That's for you. But this is how we get ready. Tailgating! Woo! Do you have a pregame ritual? Like something wacky you do? Like
You should just scream in the mirror. I'm hungry.
I'm on it.
Larry Culpepper, this is for you.
Oh.
In your face.
I go down to pepper here. That's it. That's it.
Bama star defensive lineman Jonathan Allen. Let's discuss his plan for success, brought to you by Northwestern Mutual. Holly?
Well, last year, Jonathan Allen thought about coming out, but his draft grade was just about the second or third round. Well, given that he is a financial planning major in consumer science, he did a little planning of his own. He realized if he stayed, became a first-round draft pick, he would earn about $17 to $20 million more. I'd say that's planning for success. Had one of the best years of any defensive end ever in Alabama history.
Unanimous first-team All-American. Dangerous pass by Browning as Ronnie Harrison came in and put a lick on John Ross.
Yeah, perfect timing by Ronnie Harrison. Big physical safety, 6'3", 215 pounds, read the slant. Corners got outside, safeties coming for inside help, and just perfect timing by Ronnie Harrison. Last two possessions, Washington has gone 3 and out. Of course, Alabama's defense, the best in the country at forcing 3 and outs.
Second and 10. Browning was to the outside of Gaskin, but Foster was right with him.
Now the first 3
all year long, the pick 6, and number 1 Alabama is up 17-7. Let's send it down to Holly for the AT&T Inside Access.
Well, Coach, what concerns you the most of what's happening up front at the line of scrimmage when your offensive line is out there? Jalen Hurts been under a little duress.
Well, you know, we haven't been able to get any rhythm going except in the one drive when we're able to run the ball and go fast, which is really what we want to do. But we haven't blocked them very well up front. We've got too much pressure in the pocket when we're trying to throw the ball. So we just got to do a better job with those big guys up front on the passing game.
Now that you've seen what they are on offense, what do you want to change in the second half?
Well, I mean, I think we got to keep playing. I mean, they're capable of making big plays all the time. They made a couple on us in the first half. I think our guys are doing a good job adjusting and adapting to what we need to do. But, you know, it's a long game, man. We got a lot of football to play.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
And Bama will get the ball to start the second half. Up by 10 here in the college football playoff. The Buick halftime report is coming up after these messages.
What's it like to be in good hands? Like the power to earn Allstate reward points every time I drive. Want my number? And cash back for driving safe. In means getting more from your car insurance with DriveWise.
It's good to be in good hands.
Order envy. When you want what you have and what they have, you can stop staring. The answer to order envy is here. Introducing the new $1 Double Stack Tacos. Spicy sweet, nacho crunch, and cool habanero. It has everything you got with everything they got. $1 Double Stack Tacos. 2 flavors stacked together in 1 taco.
That's a low price.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
That's what I'm talking about.
Whippy, whippy, whippy.
Oh, I get it, because you're so strong.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Get Hefty Ultra Strong with Arm & Hammer Odor Control. Costs less than Glad.
Lucifer. Huh? What a great show.
You need to watch that show, Suits.
Watch Stranger Things. Next.
Find Cake Wars.
Watch what you want on the Fire TV stick now with Alexa voice remote.
The playoff is here.
Samuel cuts it back. Ohio State wins.
Clemson can win the national championship because of that offense.
The PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. Tonight at 7 on ESPN.
USC, Penn State. Two red-hot teams clash as the Trojans battle the Big Ten champion Nittany Lions. The Rose Bowl game, presented by Northwestern Mutual. Monday at 5 on ESPN.
Ferociously strong tape.
Moved to the city, but I feel all alone. My only friend left is this here phone. I'm missing country roads and open skies. Country girls keep both feet on the ground, but city boys online are just messing around. I feel so lonely here, I'm gonna cry. But now I know you don't have to be a farmer to join FarmersOnly.com.
I'm all about my bed.
This mattress is dangerously comfortable.
When I get in, I literally say, ah.
Introducing the Lisa mattress, a better place to sleep. The Lisa mattress is designed to provide strong support, relieve pressure, and optimize airflow to keep you cool.
This bed hugs my body.
Today is gonna be great.
Read our reviews, then try the Lisa mattress in your own home. Get $75 off. Go to buylisa.com today.
This halftime report is presented by Buick, proud partner of the NCAA.
Yes. Alabama trying to make it back-to-back national championships. Leading this national semifinal 17-7 on Washington at the half. Washington came into this game plus 21 in turnover margin. That was the best mark in the country, but their mistakes have been a big part of the story of the first half, and they are down by 10. Welcome in. It's the Buick Halftime Report. Stan Barrett here, along with Mac Brown and Mark May, and boy, those mistakes, you can't give Alabama extra chances.
Now, for Washington to win, they needed to force the turnovers. They can't be turning over the ball. And early in that ball game, Fitzpatrick strips Ross. When Washington's going in to score, they're moving the ball and got a great drive. So it cost Washington potential points. And then Alabama takes it down and gets 3 points, so you just can't do it.
And right here, you can't throw this pass if you're Jake Browning. Right on the spot. Ryan Anderson does a terrific job. Pick six. It's their 11th score defensively on the season.
All right, so that touchdown, the first non-offensive touchdown that Washington has allowed all season, 15th non-offensive touchdown that Alabama has scored, and that includes 11 by their defense.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable, but Washington can't block Alabama. They're too good. I don't know that anybody in the country can block them, Mark, but they are so talented. They have better players, and what's happened is Washington's done a good job of misdirection plays, delayed screens, but they haven't been able to line up and run the ball and block them, and that's not allowing Browning to be comfortable in the pocket throwing the ball downfield. So, and when you can't block them up front, it makes it a long day.
And that's the key, because I said at the beginning of the game, if Alabama makes them one-dimensional, this game is over. Game, set, match. So far, Washington cannot establish the run. Their only runs have been on misdirection plays. They've got some yards off a screen and a jet sweep. But besides that, if you're going to stand in the pocket against this defense and try to throw the ball vertically, Jake Browning can't hold up, and neither can this offensive line.
All right, some adjustments necessary for the Huskies in the second half. This is the first half of semifinal Saturday here on ESPN. Coming up after this game, 7 Eastern, we got Clemson and Ohio State in the other semifinal at the Fiesta Bowl. We're going to talk that game coming up in just a minute. The Buick Halftime Report rolls off.
Before the stroke of midnight, the national championship matchup will be complete. Second chances are not to be taken lightly by Clemson. but the always dangerous Ohio State Buckeyes look to win their second title in 3 years. The PlayStation Fiesta Bowl coming up next on ESPN. This halftime
shakes to bust that gut free.
You eat the food, you lose the weight.
Visit drop15now.com and get Nutrisystem for men with bars and shakes free.
The new face of HR is surprisingly human, so give your employees a more human HR platform, namely payroll, benefits, talent management, and more. Our software makes it easy.
It's the best system I've ever used for anything related to operating a business. Everyone's interested in using it, and I get all my information.
You can really focus on strategy and content, which is really great for an HR director.
Namely, HR for humans. Schedule your free demo today at namely.com.
Everyone say that I am too young to do my own thing, but I know they're wrong. You see, Mama not worried and Papa never did. I'm just a little bitty girl like a whole lot of kids doing my own thing. Check me out.
Find your perfect car, or the perfect car for her. Auto Trader, the only car search engine driven by you.
Welcome back to the Buick Halftime Report.
University of Phoenix Stadium hosted the championship game last year. This year they've got the other semifinal in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. It's Clemson and Ohio State. Sam Ponder spoke with Dabo Swinney about last-minute preparations for his team.
The practices have been excellent. The guys have a good understanding of our plan and our preparation for what they've done all year. I think the big thing now is once you've kind of gotten that down, and then you start kind of throwing some hypotheticals out there, maybe what they might do from a game plan standpoint, a tweak standpoint, and then seeing your guys adjust to that. So I think that we're well prepared. The biggest thing now is mentally locking in, and then physically, really getting yourself ready to go.
Tigers made it to the title game last year, lost to Alabama. What decides if they make it to the title game again this year?
Well, both these teams and both of these coaches have been in this game before, so they all get it. They know, unlike this game where Washington came in at a disadvantage, I think the X factor is Deshaun Watson and his ability to make plays off Goldman runs and when he's under duress and then throwing the ball deep to their speed receivers. I am a Deshaun Watson fan.
I think it's the defense of Clemson in their front seven, particularly their line. If you look at Carlos Watkins, 8.5 sacks on the season. They've got 46 sacks, they're second best in the FBS. You go back to Ohio State's loss against Penn State, they couldn't protect quarterback J.T. Barrett. It's been their Achilles heel all season long, protecting
Daddy?
A new Blackish Wednesday on ABC.
Western Michigan, Wisconsin, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. P.J. Fleck and his high-scoring, unbeaten Broncos take on the hard-hitting Badger D. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, Monday at 1 on ESPN.
I can be country.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, no. I need to find a real country boy.
Would you like to Western dance?
Sure would.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
Why do you want to join the CIA?
I feel like I'm made to do this.
Ready for a little action?
There's something wrong going on inside the government. I can't ignore it.
You're looking at a possible death sentence.
There are consequences. Snowden, now playing on DirecTV Cinema. Movie starter channel 125.
Ring in the season with DirecTV Cinema's holiday offer. Order any movie this December on DirecTV Cinema and enjoy another on us. Catch hits like Sully.
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
The Magnificent Seven.
So you seek revenge?
I seek righteousness.
Storms.
Are you in love? I'm in love too.
And Suicide Squad.
Don't forget, we're the bad guys.
Order any movie now and get a second one as our gift to you. DirecTV Cinema. Movies at channel 1100.
This halftime report is presented by Buick, proud partner of the NCAA.
Alabama up 10 here at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Earlier today, LSU, Louisville, Buffalo Wild Wings, Citrus Bowl. No Leonard Fournette, but the Tigers have Darius Geis against Louisville.
They've got Danny Etling. He's the answer.
There goes Geis. Geis ran for 138 yards in this game.
Terrific job of blocking by the offensive line. Darius Geis doing a terrific job subbing for Leonard Fournette.
And the Tigers win it 29-9. So here, guys, what does Jake Browning and company have to do to get back in this?
Well, obviously protect the football, and they've got to move him out of the pocket, give him a chance to throw the ball. He can't sit in the pocket.
Got to get some balance. Only had 62 yards rushing. Browning's not comfortable. Get him where he's comfortable.
All right, second half coming up in just a minute.
I just picked up the cake for the baby shower.
Yay! You know she's having a boy, right?
What?
Buick now has an SUV for that.
I did a lot of shopping in Italy. And I met a nice man.
Ciao!
An SUV for that.
Hey, I thought you were choosing the flu.
Everyone's doing flu.
And even an SUV for that. Introducing 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Right. Ready, set,
Laura's holding up the Leaning Tower of Pisa all by her. Dang it!
Dude, what?
Come on! Free up space and never run out of storage again with Google Photos.
Okay, let me explain. This is your tax return.
Okay.
Now, there are many right ways to fill out this tax return. The IRS will accept them all. One of them gets you the most money back. Isn't that the one you want?
That's the one I want.
That's the one you want.
You touched all these.
Don't just get your taxes done, Amy. Get your taxes won.
Coach Steve.
Larry, come on. We got a lot of football to watch.
He's in there. Touchdown all the way.
Behold! Dang it! Maybe next Saturday we'll do this again. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll bring the ice.
Ice cold, Dr. Pepper, here. Ice cold.
Got something important out there? Yep.
Make it last till Tampa.
Conversation with Reese Davis. We swapped out suits and pocket squares and freshened up to make it. Thank you, sir.
After the top 4 teams face off this New Year's Eve, hang out with SVP as he highlights all the college football playoff bowl game action tonight on ESPN.
We all break. We tape ourselves together so that no one can see our flawed hearts.
But not all who break are broken.
Sometimes you have to break your own heart to put the pieces back in the right place.
And if my choices have made me,
It's music that saves me.
because all roads, wrong and right,
Lead to one place.
To you. To my heart.
To Nashville.
The 2-hour premiere event, Thursday at 9/8 Central on CMT, Channel 327.
This is Peloton, the indoor cycling experience designed to happen in your home. Only Peloton allows you to take high-energy live and on-demand studio cycling classes without having to go anywhere. Ride live with some of the best studio cycling instructors in the country. Ride flexible with thousands of on-demand rides.
Many of their drives, how can you change that?
Well, we got to convert some first downs, and we really just need to not turn the ball over and give them a fighting chance. Alabama's got a great defense. We got to keep slugging in there, but we got to be able to methodical and convert some first downs.
What sense did you get in the locker room just now that your kids have some confidence and are playing well?
Yeah, they'll come out and play hard. 2 halves.
Thanks, Coach.
Chris Peterson's Washington offense had 4 3-and-outs in 8 first-half offensive series. And Jake Browning, sitting on the bench right there, was only one of his last 8 to finish off the half. And Ryan Anderson put the Alabama defense further into the record books with a 26-yard interception return touchdown. Their 11th defensive touchdown of the year. Tide will get the ball to start things off here in Atlanta. Ardarius Stewart chooses to take it out. And he gets out close to the 25.
Alabama not able to throw the ball very well in that first half, but they did run it. 106 yards, a little bit of Jalen Hurts, a little bit more of Big Bo Scarbrough. The big 230-pound back running north and south, busting tackles. I would expect to see more of this in the second half. I just really think that Alabama coming out to start the second half is going to play smash mouth football. They're going to line up, try to run north and south right at this very fast and athletic Washington defense and see if they can control the game at the line of scrimmage.
Of course, also consider Jalen Hurts in the run game as well. Very powerful freshman quarterback. As we get underway here in the second half, and Hurts, look at all the space, and with a block in front from Forrestall, and a big way to start the second half from Hurts.
Well, they really fooled him with the eyes a little bit. You're faking to the tailback. Ridley's coming in motion. Eyes go to him, and then you get right behind Forrestall, who's leading the way. Elijah Qualls, the defensive end on the backside, got a little bit out of position.
So after the 33-yard run by Hurts, Damian Harris for a yard. Lane Kiffin, his third year as the offensive coordinator. No matter which tools he has had in the toolbox, he has found a way in recent years with Alabama. This year, a freshman quarterback leading the way.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when you think about it. Lane Kiffin's been the offensive coordinator for 3 years. They've been to the college football playoff all 3 years, and they've been here with a different first-year starting quarterback, and all three guys were different in their styles and skill sets. That's pretty impressive coaching and play calling for Lane Kiffin.
Jake Coker a year ago leading them to a title. Blake Sims set records prior to that. 3rd and 7. A gap pressure is picked up by Bama. Hurts downfield. Flag is down, complete to Dieter. For now, a 17-yard reception. We will check it and was fighting for everything he could get.
Nice job by the referees getting in the middle of that. No flags needed. Some guys, linemen running down, trying to peel some guys off the ball carrier. Good no call. Good job getting in the middle of that and breaking it up.
So on comes J.K. Scott to punt again. He has 2 inside the 10-yard line. He's averaging 44.5 today.
Alabama with a chance to pick up right where they left off in the first half with the field position edge.
Back rotation spin here, but it goes into the end zone. So Bama had the ball first, came up empty, and now Washington back out there trailing by 10.
AT&T offers all your live channels and DVR on your devices data-free. It's entertainment your way.
Made me, the all-new Civic hatchback from Honda.
Taking a holiday in Britain, are you, doll?
Well, the only place you need go
Is London.
is the Highlands, Manchester, Cornwall.
Wales. London's got the best of everything.
Cornwall's got the best of everything. Sport. Sport. Nightlife.
Nightlife. Fashion.
Adventure. I'm telling ya, Britain
is the only
place you
really need go.
Expedia, everything you need to travel Britain better.
The decision was made. We were making a move. We had to. We knew that if we came in too high, it would cost us big time. We had to stay low. And boy, did we. We locked it in and rode that low rate from Navy Federal Credit Union all the way to our first house. It's a split-level ranch. So cute.
Open to the armed forces, the DoD, and their families. Navy Federal Credit Union.
It's been 60 years since I came up here to watch football. I've seen a hurricane that rocks and a tide that rolls. I've seen hustle, perseverance, and heart. I've seen a bowl of cotton that's anything but soft. Some call it hard work, determination, or grit. I call it blimp-worthy.
That's what they're playing for, the College Football Playoff National Championship Trophy presented by Dr. Pepper. It's out there in Arizona right now, and coming up later, it'll be the second game of the College Football Playoff semifinals. Number 3, Ohio State. Number 2, Clemson. The PlayStation Fiesta Bowl after we finish up here in Atlanta, 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Urban Meyer 10-2 in bowl games, tied with that man, Nick Saban, for the most bowl wins by any active head coach.
Jake Browning started the game 11 for 13. He finished the first half 1 for 8. Needs to get a hot hand again.
Gaskin couldn't find hardly anything there. Holly?
Well, all 3 of those Alabama players that were hurt in that friendly fire collision. Reuben Foster is back out on the field, but with a heavy brace on his left knee. Dalvin Tomlinson also back on the field with a shoulder brace on. And Minkah Fitzpatrick, I saw them briefly look at his eyes in the tent, kind of give him a concussion test, but he's back out as well. They all need all 3 of those, so big news.
The guy that Washington has not got the football to yet, Darrell Daniels, their tight end, is a big receiver. A little bit different matchup problem.
Going to keep it on the ground here as Gaskin tried to turn the corner. Averett came up to meet him.
Again, you say, well, Washington's not running the ball very successfully. That puts them at 66 yards for the game. But remember, this Alabama team coming in only allows 63. So Chris Peterson's plan, we got to keep slamming the ball in there and try to have some balance. And then they got to take care of the football on these third down situations.
Well, they got the big Darrell Daniels split out in that diamond bunch formation to the top. Here on 3rd and 6. He's got some speed for a big guy. Browning, pressure on him again. Tim Williams on top of him as Tony Brown came in hot as well.
Myles Gaskin went low trying to pick up Tony Brown, and he didn't get a good block. Watch Gaskins come over for Tony Brown. Tony Brown is blitzing from his star position. If Gaskin takes him on high, then Jake Browning can maybe step up in the pocket.
Is that a face mask there?
Could have been.
Came across the front.
The problem was the block by Gaskin. When he went low and Tony Brown went over him, Browning had nowhere to go.
Vizcaino, a line drive, hoping to get the bounce again, and he does.
Boy,
it's been a roller coaster ride of results from Tristan Vizcaino, Tom.
And Trayvon Diggs has just been confused by the bounce of the punt and the direction of the punt all night.
52-yard boot downfield.
Keep the dream alive with the Honda Accord. The car that made Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record 31 times. With features like Pandora compatibility and multi-angle rear view camera standard. The Honda Accord.
Why do some cashback cards make earning bonus cashback so complicated? They limit where you can earn bonus cashback to a few.
Stepped up underneath the rush of Jalen Johnson. he's not afraid to take a lick. He's not going to slide very often.
Nice snap. That's corralled, and then getting into the backfield was Bierria. Keyshawn Bierria, a tackle for loss. It'll be 3rd down.
Pretty good short yardage defense that time by Washington. Caused a loss of a yard. My guess would be a Jalen Hurts run here. Pick up an extra blocker. Let your quarterback run it.
3rd and 2, design quarterback run, lowers the shoulder and still muscling as JoJo McIntosh was trying to rip the ball away, but Hurts goes for 7 yards.
Jalen Hurts had some problems with turnovers. 7 fumbles. He didn't lose all 7, but he got to the point where Nick Saban the last few weeks put him in the same ball security drills that they do with running backs and wide receivers. Did a good job protecting it on that play.
Incomplete as O.J. Howard had to turn around and try to secure the ball. Missed opportunity by Hurts.
Well, what O.J. couldn't see was there was a safety right on top of him. Jalen Hurts saw it and tried to throw it short in that little window, and the two were not able to connect. Alabama has tried to throw play action on 1st down and look to go downfield, but Washington, for the most part, has really covered it well.
So much of Alabama's success last year was built on play action. You saw what O.J. Howard was able to do against Clemson in the national championship game.
This is quarterback run here.
And Mr. Blackledge watching a lot of film. They're going to get a hold, though, in the interior of the offensive line. Good job reading that, Todd.
They go empty set, and they try to widen everybody out on the defense and open up a seam for him.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty.
Yeah.
2nd down.
Cam Robinson was pulling on that play, and he was blocking on Keyshawn Bierria, the middle linebacker, and he wrapped his arm around his neck and pulled him down. Once again, another offensive penalty against Alabama.
2 steps forward, 1 back.
Wide
and
split.
then off in a punt. So 2nd and 18 now. As Hurts to pass again, then tucks, runs, tries to spin free, and there's a fumble. The ball is on the ground, and Alabama recovers it with the freshman Jonah Williams diving back. You mentioned it, 7 fumbles since October 15th alone.
Yep, Psalm Wuching was the guy that ripped the ball out, but Washington not able to fall on it. This was the break they needed. Best in the country at forcing turnovers. They get the ball on the ground, but Wuching not able to fall on it. It squirts away, and Jonah Williams, the former high school teammate of Jake Browning, recovered it for Alabama.
So 3rd and 20.
Play clock down inside of 2 again. They're not going to get this play off. They didn't get it off.
And there are some freshman moments every so often, aren't there?
The 7th offensive penalty on Alabama.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
See the frustration from Coach Saban.
He's saying snap the ball. You got to snap the football. I mean, Bradley Bozeman's got to take a look at that play clock also, not just the quarterback.
Bama offense heading in the wrong direction. And Scarbrough will get it back out towards the 45-yard line, and they will be punting from there. This Washington defense, time and time again, able to respond. Some self-inflicted wounds by the Bama offense. Let's go down to the field to Holly.
Well, guys, a developing developing situation down here on the Alabama sideline. Reuben Foster, the very critical linebacker for this Alabama team, was taken into the medical tent. He just wasn't right on the bench. I could see someone talking to him for a long time. They finally took him into the tent, and it alarmed me when they brought out their medical stat kit. They did not eventually use that, and he has gone back out onto the field, but something definitely wasn't right with Reuben Foster. They've evaluated him and not seen anything happen. Butkus Award winner being attended to. Another high, booming kick inside the 10 again by J.K. Scott. Now he's headed out there to play some ball.
To achieve financial security, there are two halves to consider: protect and grow. Instead of focusing on insurance or investments alone, we bring them together into one whole picture. At Northwestern Mutual, we guide you along your path by combining personalized investments and world-class insurance.
Bowl Inc. have teamed up to improve early childhood education in Atlanta by making a $1 million charitable donation to Atlanta Public Schools. The donation is part of the CFP's Extra Yard for Teachers initiative. It's going to allow Atlanta Public Schools to train more than 1,000 educators. And as a founding partner, ESPN is a proud supporter of Extra Yard for Teachers. We also salute the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl for a $100,000 endowment scholarship to each university. As Coleman gets the carry for 3.
Well, Coleman just has had nowhere to run tonight. 5 carries, only 8 yards. He had 101 yards in the Pac-12 championship win over Colorado.
I'm sure there are some out there saying, why are they even trying to run?
You have
to. You got it. You got to keep them honest. You got to stay balanced.
You know, you got to help your offensive line in pass protection, so you can't allow them to just assume pass and pin their ears back and come after your quarterback.
Haven't taken that deep shot to John Ross yet. As Browning was under pressure, Jonathan Allen was closing in.
Washington has had 10 offensive possessions. 7 of them have started at their own 20 or worse. I mean, it's hard to stretch the field, which they need to do right now. They need to try to stretch the field with some vertical plays. But when you're backed up that close against your own end zone, against this kind of pass rush, very difficult to do.
If I told you that stat, plus told you Alabama had a defensive score, you served one up, you wouldn't think it would only be a 10-point margin. 3rd and 6. Bad snap. He wasn't ready for it. Browning has to just fall on it near the 5-yard line as Tim Williams was right on top of him.
Yeah, this was going to be bad, period, because he's trying to communicate with Coleman. He's not ready for the snap, and I don't know that anybody was going to block Tim Williams. That could have been a sack fumble had he caught the snap. He's probably fortunate that he dropped it and fell on it, because Tim Williams was going to be on top of it.
The 6th 3-and-out in 10 total drives now for the Washington offense.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Vizcaino heels in the back of the end zone. Able to get it away.
What a great kick. It didn't go very far, but he kicked it away from Diggs. Might have a flag at the end of the play here.
Let's check in with Bill Lamagna. What do you see, Bill?
The kicker went down on the play, so we're either going to have a running or roughing the kicker situation. From the vantage point I had, the way he went down, I think he's going to go roughing, which will have big implications. Running into the kicker by the defense. That penalty is declined. With the implication on it being a 5-yard penalty, they're going to decline.
Right, sure.
But if it was the 15, it'd give them an automatic first down.
And that's what Chris Peterson is wondering, why it wasn't of the more severe variety. And once again, he sees Alabama with a starting position in his side of the field.
Running into's the right call.
He has home field advantage, even when he's away. He is the most interesting man in the world.
Stay thirsty, mis amigos.
all-new Civic hatchback from Honda.
You should watch 90 Day Fiancé.
So good.
Happy endings?
What? Have you seen it?
You want to watch The Affair? No. Search for UFC fights.
Watch what you want on the Fire TV stick now with Alexa voice remote.
Hey, what do you think that sign says?
Eat more what is Well, it's the start of a word. Something like eat more cheese or eat more chili.
Chocolate. Eat more chocolate.
No, it's chowder.
Chimichangas.
Cheesecake.
Chewing gum. It could be chewing gum.
That's not how you spell chicken.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
The Southeastern Conference.
Yes, it means
Saturday afternoon.
But kind of a guy he's looked at on third down. Quarterback run all the way.
Taken down again as Jalen Johnson and Turpin, and a loss of 5.
Turpin made the play. Damian Turpin, number 66, got immediate penetration and forced Hurts to try to bounce this out. Watch Turpin. He's in a stand-up stance. He's going to come right through the right guard, Corey Curvin, and force Hurts to try to cut it back right into the waiting arms of Jalen Johnson. And again, this Washington defense bails out the offense.
J.K. Scott hangs it up there again. And go for the touchback as we talk about this defensive line of Washington.
Got a flag.
Flag is down back at midfield. You know, I can remember when we went out to do that big showdown game, that top 10 game against Stanford. I said to you at practice, I go, they look like an SEC defensive line. For all those doubters the past few weeks as to how good this defensive line really was, you're seeing it today. Absolutely.
And we saw it in that Stanford game. Stanford prides themselves on being a physical team on the line of scrimmage on both sides. And that night, that Friday night in Seattle, Washington was clearly the more physical team against Stanford. And they held their own, particularly on the defensive front, against this Alabama offensive line in this ball game.
Holding, offense, number 55. The 10-yard penalty will be tacked on to the end of the kick. First down, Washington.
That's a big break because not only do they get the ball in better field position, the best field position they've had for most of the night. There's the hold right there, right in the middle of the screen. Cole Mazza, number 55, the snapper. And now Washington, with the best field position they've had for most of the night, they need to try to stretch out this Alabama defense. They've not attacked Marlon Humphrey on one corner or Anthony Averett for a while.
Just think about describing the 30-yard line as great field position for Washington.
Yeah.
That's the kind of night it's been. Browning now. A lot of time on the rollout, first down.
Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go, though.
Excellent coverage downfield by Alabama. They had Ross covered. They had Pettis covered. And the underneath route was Daniels. And Alabama in perfect position on the bootleg. There's nowhere to go. Ross was coming on the crossing route, not able to get enough separation.
What a job this Washington defense has done. But the offense, that sloppy moment before the half as Ryan Anderson took it back. A scoreless third, 17-7. The count here heading to the fourth.
No. You can scroll menus for days, or just get what you want. All your favorites you crave, one box, $5, no hard choices. The $5 Cravings Deal, only at Taco Bell.
Bro, your stuff is on fire.
Someone better call the fire department.
Woo-woo.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Bro, your stuff is on fire.
Someone better call the fire department.
Yeah, you should call the fire department. This is your stuff.
More people save money by combining their home and auto with State Farm. Here to help life go right.
This holiday season, find a show the whole family can agree on.
This is a car show turned up to the max.
This is a traveling studio tent. We're going to be roaming the world.
Dog, say goodnight.
Oh, God.
What a wonderful
When my hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm back to being me. I speak fluent French. Garbage. Chaise lounge. Au revoir.
Get back to greatness. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
One evening, Alice discovered a curious app called Texture. Inside were hundreds of amazing magazines. Everywhere she looked, words and pictures leapt from the page. There were celebrities and entertainers, big ideas and little inspirations. All of her favorites were there in one amazing world. My, what an incredible app, said Alice. Texture. Unlimited access to your favorite magazines. Go to texture.com and start your free trial today.
You're here to buy a used car, truck, SUV. That's smart. TrueCar can help. It's great for finding a new car, but you already knew that. It's also great for finding the perfect used car. You'll see what a fair price is, and you can connect with a TrueCar certified dealer. So no matter what you're looking for, there it is. This is how buying a used car should be. This is TrueCar.
Aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear, watching over the hard work and determination of blimp-worthy athletes for over 60 years. Goodyear, official sponsor of the college football playoff. Joe Tessitore, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe with you here at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, the national semifinal. #1 Alabama with a 10-point lead, 25 straight wins for the Tide. And now to start the fourth quarter, a 3rd and 3 for the 4th-seeded Huskies. Browning sprinting near side and just beyond the reach of Fuller, whose diving effort couldn't come up with it. It'll be 4th down.
Tim Williams might have affected that throw a little bit. They were moving the pocket. A good decision, I think, by Washington. And Tim Williams affected the throw, and Chris Peterson electing to go for it.
So here we go. 4th and 3. Washington's going to roll the dice.
No, quick kick.
He's done this 2 times this year. And he gets off a really good one. Look at this. Out of bounds inside the 5.
So they don't convert, but they do flip the field and give Alabama a little bit of their own medicine here. And now hope their defense can come up big again.
A 50-yard punt by Jake Browning by way of his left foot.
Yep, right-handed thrower, left-footed punter.
He does everything in his life left-handed except throw a football exceptionally well.
Couldn't do it any better than that.
50-yard punt by Browning. And now what will the Bama offense offer up to get out of the hole?
They've not been able to take advantage of great field position. Let's see what they do with this kind of field position.
As the 18-year-old quarterback from his own end zone with Damian Harris.
And they are not opposed to throwing play action.
Hurts ahead for 1 as the area and Qualls were able to get to him. It's a big moment on 3rd and 9 with Bo Scarbrough as Lane Kiffin had faith in his big back. He's had an outstanding game, 13 rushes, 107 yards, and that powerful touchdown to tie the game at 7 apiece early on. and he gets free again. Look at Bo go. Scarbrough inside the 10. The Tide is rolling late. .68-yard touchdown run for Scarbrough.
That has been their formula. Bring Bo in like the closer in baseball in the fourth quarter when the defense is a little tired, and then try to tackle that big guy at 230 pounds. It's a perimeter run. Psalm Wuching is going to make a mistake. He's going to come inside, and Bo Scarbrough is going to break 2 tackles. First, Greg Gaines, number 99, has a shot at him. Then JoJo McIntosh. Neither one can get him on the ground. And Big Bo not only gets a big yardage play, he gets a touchdown to put Alabama up 24-7.
All aboard the Tailgate 2000. Tuba Steve looking shiny. Next stop, college football playoff, man.
Larry, thanks for driving. I brought you some Dr. Pepper.
Joe Tess, man, it's like I'm the college football Noah. This is my ark. There's room for everyone.
Great, because I brought my good friend Jesse Palmer.
Why'd you do that?
Larry, my man. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you load these suits in the back, will you?
Suits in the back.
Yeah.
You got it. Hey, you just go in there and look more handsome for me, will you? I'll take care of these. Road trip!
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. This is the Chevy Malibu. It was awarded Most Dependable Midsize Car by J.D. Power.
It looks great. Wow. What is happening? Oh my gosh, it's going up.
But the Malibu's not the only vehicle that was awarded.
This is mind-blowing.
The Chevy Camaro, Equinox, and Silverado HD were awarded Most Dependable as well.
This is extremely impressive. There's so many.
Doing it once, yeah, great job. 4 times, obviously, they're doing something right.
Absolutely.
Ferociously strong tape.
We needed to hire someone, but it was really tough finding people that had the right experience.
I was spending half my day just reading resumes.
To hire great people, go to ZipRecruiter.com and post to over 100 of the web's leading job boards with one click. Then, easily select the best candidates from one list.
I'm seeing a lot more candidates with the right experience.
We have gotten consistently better results from ZipRecruiter than anywhere else.
Over 1 million businesses have already used ZipRecruiter. Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/ball.
Place is still roaring. The college football playoff semifinal at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. So many made the short drive over from Alabama. And moments ago, a sensational 68-yard touchdown run by Bo Scarbrough. Here's John Ross. Can he deliver something? Trying to get to the outside, but Averett runs him down. And now today's Capital One pivotal performance time.
Well, it's been Bo Scarbrough, the closer, the big back, the physical back. 230 pounds running for tough yards against this very feisty Washington defense. And when he gets those shoulders north and south, he is hard to get on the ground. And then as he begins to wear a defense down, he has the speed to make a big play. This last touchdown run may be the capper for Alabama in this one. And the big fella shows you what he can do. 175 yards now in the ball game.
Browning, that was just near the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard there to McClatcher.
That's Burton Burns, the associate head coach, running back coach, been a long-time assistant coach. Had to leave bowl preparations here in Atlanta for a day to go home and bury his father, Winston, who passed away at age 92, was the first coach in the Burns family, inspired him to be a coach, and certainly a sad moment for him earlier in the week, but happy to see his running game going now with Bo Scarbrough.
Trying to set up the screen to Gaskin. Runs outside of the blocks and makes contact with Minkah Fitzpatrick. 7 yards there.
Minkah Fitzpatrick is all over the place. He has great speed and pursuit angles from his safety position. Alabama has had some elite defensive backs over Nick Saban's tenure there. And this guy is going to be a great one.
From Old Bridge, New Jersey, headed south to play for Coach Saban, who, as you know, his love for coaching up the defensive backfield. 3rd and 2. As Coleman moves to the slot and now shifts back to flank Browning. And complete for a first down to Pettis.
Almost lost it.
Yeah, he went, took that back step to try to gain some yardage and almost retreated too far.
This Alabama defense coming into the game. We talked about their numbers, their ability to stop the run, their ability to turn you over and turn it into points. And we've seen all of that tonight.
Pettis limping off there, Todd.
Washington sitting at 166 yards of total offense. The only team that really held them down this year was USC. Held them to 276 and only 13 points. They're at 166 and 7 right now.
First down run by Coleman.
Washington just has not been able to get any chunk plays. The longest play they've had in the game was a 20-yard completion to Gaskin out of the backfield early in the ball game. They just have not been able to convert a big play. And you can't grind out a long play drive against this type of defense. You got to get some chunk plays, and Washington has not been able to find any.
Washington only has 23 second half yards. 2nd and 8. Browning steps up and goes down again. Jonathan Allen.
He beats the left guard, Jake Eldencramp. Again, the difference in this Alabama defense and defenses of the past, their ability to get great pressure by only rushing 4. They've not always had that luxury. The last 2 years, Alabama has had that luxury with the kind of players they have rushing the passer.
Third down and 13. And that roar of Crimson fans smelling blood in the water. Here's a shot downfield that had no chance other than Minkah Fitzpatrick looking for his 6th interception of the year.
John Ross was double covered. The safety, Fitzpatrick coming over the top to help. The 5th time that Washington faced a 3rd and 10 or more. They're 1 for 5 in those situations. That plays right into the hands of this Crimson Tide defense.
Scano once again cross field as it'll settle in down near the 20-yard line. Nick Saban's going to miss this place, the Georgia Dome. 12-1 through the years here.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
Says it won't let up for a while.
The Cadillac XT5.
What should we do?
Tailored to you.
Wait it out.
Equipped with Apple CarPlay compatibility. The 2017 Cadillac XT5, starting at $39,990. Visit your Cadillac dealer for details.
It isn't always easy to know where you stand financially. Multiple accounts, investments, insurance. It can leave you wondering how it all fits together. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you see your whole picture, find out what you truly want, and then together we design a plan to go get it. There's a confidence that comes in knowing what financial security is and doing what it takes to achieve it. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
Enjoy your phone.
You too. All right, be cool. You got the amazing new iPhone 7 on the house by switching to AT&T. What? And you got unlimited data because you have DirecTV? Okay, just a few more steps.
Door!
It's cool.
Get the iPhone 7 on us and unlimited data when you switch to AT&T and have DirecTV.
The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. Cadillac. Northwestern Mutual. Northwestern Mutual. We help you live life differently. And AT&T. Get your entertainment and sports your way from AT&T.
You go back through the years of the career of Nick Saban, and you arrive at the influence of the late, great Don James, a Washington head coach who led them to a national championship, but that was back at Kent State, where Don James altered Nick's life. And the late Don James was born on this day 84 years ago. Of course, Saban is chasing history, namely the Bear, who won 6 national titles. Saban sitting on 5 right now, as Hurts throws it away with the area trying to track him down.
You know, I think one of the things that's most amazing when you think about Nick Saban and what he's built here at Alabama, tonight is the 49th game that Alabama has played as the #1 ranked team in the country over his 9 years. It's amazing the consistency of performance that they've played with. In the 48 games prior, their record is 43-5 as the #1 ranked team in the country. You know there's a big bullseye on your back. You know you're going to get everybody's best shot, and they still win.
Here is the star of the day, Scarborough, just a yard there. Holly.
Well, one of the ways he's attained that success, Todd, is he has trained his players to think just like he does. In fact, I was talking with Ronnie Harrison, and he was telling me how accountable these players are to each other. He said, if people are doing stuff in drills and we don't think it's good enough, we tell them to go back and do it again, not the coaches. They police themselves. They hold each other to a standard that is very high. Coach Saban has really made the rest of the team in his favor.
Yeah. Good point.
Third and 9. As Hurts with plenty of time, but he threw it high and behind Ardarius Stewart. Alabama trying to coast home with a win here in the college football playoff in what is the last game, Todd, in the Georgia Dome in front of a record crowd at the Georgia Dome.
Well, Lane Kiffin said something interesting to us that he and Steve Sarkisian both learned from being with Nick Saban, and that is just how consistently he stays on the players and demands that accountability that Holly was talking about. Lane said, you know, we kind of, when we were younger coaches, if things were going good, we'd kind of lighten up on guys. Nick said you can't do that.
Another big-legged punt as Pettis tries to find something, and he finds a whole bunch of Tide coverage. So the final college football game here at the Georgia Dome. Alabama and Florida State are going to open up the Mercedes-Benz Stadium next door come September 2nd of 2017.
Wow.
There it is. It's the Red Tag sales event, and people are excited to bring in the new year with a new Chevrolet.
I'm a huge Chevy fan.
How would you feel about starting 2017 in a new Chevy?
It sounds wonderful. Honestly, I would take any one.
Oh, heck yeah.
I want to get one tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Turn it on. Let's go.
It's the Red Tag sales event. Get 2 deals in one. Find your tag for an average total value over $5,300 on Chevy Traverse. Hurry, the Red Tag sales event ends January 3rd.
I'm gonna look over here.
Okay. Oh, hefty. Low price. Nice.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Wait, what? Wait, am I John Cena?
Yes! You came to see me! Whippy, whippy, whippy!
What?
I mean, she got that guy.
Hefty Ultra Strong. Costs less than Glad.
When I first started working with Capital One, my dad called them up and asked for the Jennifer Garner card, which is such a dad thing to do. After he gave his name, the woman from Capital One said, "Mr. Garner, are you related to Jennifer?" Kind of joking with him. And my dad was so proud to tell her, "As a matter of fact, she is my middle daughter." So now Dad has the Venture card, he's earning his double miles, and he made a friend of the company.
Can I say it?
Go ahead.
What's in your wallet?
Nice job, Dad.
Right. Ready, set, sell! Laura's holding up the Leaning Tower of Pisa all by her. Dang it!
Dude, what?
Come on!
Free up space and never run out of storage again with Google Photos.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. Getting that college education. I dare you to be somebody important. Like be a teacher. Or a reality TV star. I dare you to stand up here. To call the shots. To be a role model.
An inspiration.
An innovator.
To be a teacher. Think you can change my life? Make me excited about science like you? Have a career that really means something? Then do it. I dare you.
The AT&T Pylon Cam offers up the critical sequence of this game. When they had Alabama pinned at Washington, they stopped them, but it went all the way the other end. 98-yard touchdown drive, 68 of them from Big Bo Scarbrough, and thus 24-7. Joe Tessitore, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe with you here. The College Football Playoff Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. PlayStation Fiesta Bowl still to come your way. Browning harassed, escapes.
A couple of flags down.
As would normally be the case with what we just saw. We will check on that. But under 7 minutes to play here in Atlanta.
Illegal substitution. The offense had 12 players on the field. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That is Trey Adams, the starting
Officials
left tackle.
timeout for an injured player.
Really, the medical staff is checking on. He was a first-team All Pac-12 selection.
Yeah, really a fine football player.
A year ago, when he was a freshman, he earned the starting job at left tackle, and that was the first time that Washington ever had a true freshman starter at left tackle. Just 163 total yards of offense for Washington.
And this is the way Alabama has won games all season. A little bit of everything they do. They impose their will on you with their defense, and they find a way to turn you over.